So, Locker Nation, I got good news, bad news, but I want to apologize first that I have not been on, my Ultra update for a little bit. This week's been a whirlwind since I've been back from British Columbia. I got some bruised ribs, ended up having to get an MRI of my wrist, and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to live. I have this cartilage in my wrist called a TFCC, which I've injured in my left wrist many years ago, being hit head-on by a drunk driver, which absolutely sucked. Also had a little micro-compression fracture in my wrist. As a chiropractor, you can imagine that not a good thing. As well, just injured, well, I'm guessing weeks and weeks and weeks ago, maybe longer, maybe months and months and months ago, my right TFCC, this cartilage in my wrist on my right side, and it was so bad, almost in the emergency room as far as pain goes. I got an awesome adjustment by a very good friend while in British Columbia and braced my wrist, and in the morning it was about 60% better. But it's been achy, so got the MRI this week. So I've been kind of out of the loop with running this week. Good news, 65 days to the Ultra. I did get back in. Today was my first day running with the bruised ribs and the wrists and the whole 9 yards. Good news to tell you, 6.55 miles at a slow pace, because I know the Ultra is going to be at a slow pace, so I wanted to just run for time today, and I did pretty awesome, at least for myself. I did 6.55 miles in 60 minutes, and it felt good. I didn't feel fatigued. I didn't lift any weights today. It's giving my wrist a little bit of a break and my ribs a little bit of a break as well. Maybe, I guess running is not too much of a break, but it's much more of a break than lifting weights. But I tell you what, I felt freaking awesome. And what I'm realizing after my weekend in British Columbia was an experiential training, which is very physical, very mental. We are capable of so much more in life, so much more. So this run today was kind of a metaphor for me. I mean, it was physical, definitely, but it was definitely a metaphor to show that, not having run this distance yet in a while, that it was actually easy. And I'll tell you a trick that I used. I actually listened to a 1 hour podcast, which kept my mind engaged on thought and not on my body being tired or achy or sore or bruised. And you know what? It worked. Some of my longest runs in the past, I've not listened to music. I have for some, but for a lot of them, I've actually listened to books on my phone. And I've listened to lots and lots of podcasts, and those seem to be the easiest runs. So if you want a little hack for running, if you're running indoors and or outdoors, outdoors is great just to be with nature. But if you do need or want something in your ears, download something that will keep your mind busy, that's exciting, that's fun, that you may actually learn something from or be inspired from. It makes that run so much easier. So that's it. 65 days, people. See you soon. Keep you updated.